Hi there, welcome to today's reading. So the question that we're asking today is, what positive changes are coming my way? So the decks that I'm going to use today are the one that's already laid out here, which is the Chinese 5 Elements Oracle by Vicki Iskandar, I believe is how you say the name. I'm not sure. And apologize if I've said that wrong. And I'm also going to use the Ancient Stones Oracle by Rebecca Campbell, as well as my deck, Your Soul Knows, just for a confirmation message at the end. So, as you know, what you need to do is choose one of these decks. I'm using 5 today. So choose a number 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 for your answer. So take a deep breath, or 2 or 3, and tap into which of these numbers is going to have the answer for you. So sometimes you're drawn to more than one, but there's usually one that's that you're most connected with. But if you feel really drawn to 2, then listen to both of them to see what the other message is that's there for you. So let's go ahead and get started. If you need to pause the video while you decide, you can go ahead and come on back when you're ready. So let's go ahead and get started with pile number 1. So first of all, we have Wood Tiger, powerful beginnings and progress. And something that I did a little different for this reading is I sat with it prior to pulling the cards, and also, got an intuitive message through a visual or through words that I heard. Now, for pile number 1, what I got was a visual of a flower. It seemed like a large flower, but I think it was just that it was prominent, and it was either like a white or a very pale yellow, and it looked like a lily. I'm not really familiar with flowers that much, but to me it looked like a lily. So I did look up the meaning for a lily, and what came from that was they represent purity, innocence, rebirth, and new beginnings. And in China, because these are the Chinese 5 Elements Oracle card, they also represent good luck. So let's go to the Wood Tiger. The Wood Tiger is also about powerful beginnings and progress. So this card says, it appears as a sign that new adventures and positive changes are in store. So that's perfect, because that's what we're asking about directly. And it says, you're entering a new cycle of growth. How much progress is up to your imagination. The more proactive and bolder you are, the more you can make a difference. It's a big world out there, and you're not meant to stay small with your creativity and big picture thinking. Consider how you can contribute more to your world with your strengths and experience. Visualize a more sustainable future for yourself and your community, and initiate the changes needed to make that happen. Keep planting the seeds to fuel the growth. Your knack for defying all odds and turning things around has made quite an impression on your external world. There are many who look up to you for courage and inspiration. It's now time to step it up. The universe is urging you to tackle bigger challenges and be a trailblazer in these challenging times. Answer the call. There are places to go and people to see. And then this book also has a message from heaven and a message from earth for each card. So the message from heaven says, Wood element invites you to enlarge your scope of your world. Get involved in causes, volunteer, network with like-minded souls. And then the message from earth says, the tiger signifies that it's not only your time to roar, but also to share your light with others who shine theirs in different ways. Together, you'll make a much bigger impact. That's the Wood Tiger. And then we're going to go to the next deck that we're going to use is this one here. So this is the Ancient Stones Oracle by Rebecca Campbell. So let's see what message that we have to go with the wood tiger for these positive changes coming up for you. And this one's taking its time. There we go. What do we got? We have got weather the storms. Let it change you. Embrace the unexpected. So the weather the storms card is about all of the things that you've been through and the experiences, like the other card spoke about, and you know how you're letting that change you and how you're letting it help you to get through the next step. And so it talks about, so this card says that the stones know that every storm will pass and that the harshest weather shapes who we are over time. Nothing is ever wasted, and the greatest challenges end up being the very things that make us, not break us. So what it's saying is the things that you've been through are now going to make you, right? So it's going to, finally, you're going to see the benefit of it. And it says this card puts challenges into perspective, and it reminds us that through challenge comes growth, and through hardship comes resilience. So whatever you've been through, and however hard things have been, the weather is improving now. So no matter how rough the seas and the bitter winds, is what it says, soon the sun will reappear. So that's what's coming. And it also says that you're stronger than you think you are, and becoming even more brilliant through the extremes of your life. Out of this, good will come. So have faith, root in, and let the changing seasons craft you into even more of who you truly are. And that is about, you know, these new beginnings from the things that you've been through, the experiences that you've had. It's shaped you into the person that you've become and the positive changes that are about to happen for you. So then we're going to go for one more card here just to support that message and see what it says. So these are like positive daily prompt cards. And we've got a jumper. What does it say? Community. Associate with like-minded souls who share your vision. So this is a part of the positive change. And these cards did refer to that as well. And community. The tiger card referred to that. And so what you've been through is going to be helpful not just to yourself, but also to others and your community. And it's also talking about associated with like-minded souls who share your vision. They're going to help you put it together. So those are the positive changes that are coming for you, pile number 1. So let's move on to pile number 2. So pile number 2, we have fire snake, living from the heart. Before I go into the meaning of the card, let me just remember here that before I started this reading for any of the cards, I did a meditation on what will come up for each of the numbers. And for pile number 2, the visual that I had was a brick building, which is interesting because the snake is red and bricks are red. So when we look up the spiritual meaning of a brick building, what comes up for me is, strength and durability. It's also about stability, and it's also about grounding, and also creating a protective barrier. There's a lot of belief systems that, believe in putting red bricks or the red brick dust is a protective barrier for your home. So that I just want to put out there in case that means anything to you. It was like a square-ish brick building is what I saw. And I don't know if it was the building itself or the actual bricks that had the message. So I'm just going to put that out there. So when we look at fire snake, is about living from the heart. So fire, especially yin fire, is the most powerful element that can change lives in an instant. And this card highlights the transforming quality of yin fire, igniting the heart to turn passion into purpose. So that is got to do with your positive change that's coming, turning your passion into your purpose. And what comes from the heart gives us fuel for courageous and selfless actions that can inspire others to change for good. So being in tune with the heart is especially critical to our well-being in the age of 9, which in this book it refers to the years 2024 to 2044, which holds promises of hope's expansiveness and elevated consciousness to those who embrace the qualities of the divine feminine, the yin, and live from the heart, sharing their light and restoring Mother Earth and her constituents closer to balance after decades of too much yang. And that emphasized, external achievements and ego-based actions and constant busyness. So the fire snake wants you to listen to the calls of your heart. It yearns for joy and excitement. And naturally, it wants to expand and shine. So allow the heart to take center stage and follow its lead. Do more of with, what or who excites you, and less of what or who contracts it. And recognize the moment the heart leaps with joy as the spark that can turn into a flame. So doing the things that bring you joy, super important here for you, pile number 2. And it also talks about returning to that moment, whenever fearful thoughts take over, and, returning to that feeling of the joy. And so the heart prefers to give and receive love in all of its forms. And that includes the love for yourself enough to, do the things that make you happy. So for this card, the message from heaven says, identify your joy triggers, life's little pleasures that turn on the fire within so that you can access and share your light with those who need help finding their light. And then the message from Earth says, the strong yin fire contained in this card urges you to follow what excites your heart, but to be patient as excitement can come and go. Let your passions lead you to new adventures and joy. So it's talking about really, really connecting with the things that bring you joy and your passions in life. And that's how you're going to bring light to yourself and also to others. That's how you're going to bring about positive change. That's how those positive changes are coming. And you're well on your way to that now. So let's now go to the Ancient Stones deck for the next part of your message, pile number 2. And what have we got? We have got Hagstone, energy shield, protection, and inner strength. So again, we're talking about protection, just like the red brick building that and the brick dust that I mentioned at the beginning of this one. So this is about definitely about protection. So let's see what it says. So this card definitely refers to protection and to do with your home, because it also connects to the message that I mentioned at the beginning here. And what it says in the book is that hagstones or fairy stones are any type of stone that has a naturally occurring hole through it. So definitely that's something that you want to look for. And then caused by the action of water over very long periods of time. That's how the holes form. And these stones are sought after, treasured, revered for their magical properties, and are believed to offer protection to the person who holds them, wears them, or hangs them, or displays them in their home. And they are also said to bring good luck. And so now let's go to the Your Soul Knows deck and complete this message. So whatever it's been worrying you about your home and surroundings, being protected. Just know that positive change is coming in that respect. And what do we, oh, look, courage. You have the strength to move forward. So whatever it was that you were afraid of, know that you're protected and that you have the strength to move forward and do these things that this card spoke about. So that pile number 2 is your message. Now let's move on to pile number 3. So pile number 3, my intuitive message and vision that I got for you, for some reason I heard the words and saw like these poles, it looked like, but it was what I heard was the words steel girders. And steel girders are about strength and resilience. They're about transformative times and creating a structure and something new being built, or the structure that something new is being built upon. And also, you know, it's also about inner strength. So that's what I got for the visual and the intuitive message. Now, what do we have here? So we have this one here, water pig, being in the flow, number 60. Very interesting there. So let's see how that fits in with the steel girders. Let's see. So water pig is a double yin water pillar, which highlights the depth of the soul. So interesting that the girders are sort of like pillars, right? And it says this card, this is a card of movement and change. And go with the flow instead of resisting the inevitable. You have within you the abilities to move through change with ease once you get past your own barriers. The more aware you are of the obstacles facing you, the easier and quicker the process. It says your dreams are closer than you think when water pig appears. So that's got to do with the positive change that's coming for you, pile number 3. And it says the only obstacles standing in your way now are your own fears. And it's time to bring them into consciousness so that you can see your vision clearly and listen to the quiet voice of wisdom without getting drowned by the voice of your inner critic. So you will only have to take a small step out of your comfort zone to realize that your fears are what have been keeping you constrained. So take that step forward, and great change can happen in an instant once you get into the flow. So that's like going to be like sudden change happening very quickly once you get into the flow. And now it says, so this is the message from heaven for this card. It says, see yourself looking into a still, clear lake with your dreams reflected in the water. What fear is blocking you from manifesting those dreams? Can you release that fear to make your dreams a reality? The message from Earth says, the pig is a symbol of change. Anticipate and get ready. When the time comes, trust your instinct and let the flow carry you forward. So again, it's about change. So just like the steel girders talking about transformation. And, and it's talking about something new being built and making sure you have structure around that. And so now let's go to the Ancient Stones Oracle and see what your message is from there. That one happened quickly, didn't it? This says ancestral messages, connections, belonging, and asking for help. Okay, so this is about connections. And it says, from the pictures etched on the cave walls by our prehistoric ancestors to the engravings found in the ruins of ancient temples, stones hold a direct line to humanity's past. We can reach out and touch the messages left by the ancients, our hands tracing the inscriptions that their very hands created. Have you ever run your fingers over a carving in a cave? Have you pressed your forehead into an ancient stone knowing that it's witnessed the rise and the fall of civilizations? Or have you passed buildings that stood where your grandparents were children? And interesting, because I saw the steel girders, and so I feel like Part of the message here for you, pile number 3, is the stability, the foundation, like that the ancestors began this, like they started to build things for you, and you're kind of springboarding from that foundation that's already been in place for you. So the other thing this book says about this card is that in Madagascar and Africa, stones belong to the ancestors and are used to construct tombs, again, construction, tombs and monuments. So in New Caledonia, in the South Pacific, it's believed each stone has a name, a history, and a life resulting from the spirit enclosed within it. In the USA, Hawaiians believe that stones are inhabited by mana, the life force of the ancient ancestors, and consequently must be protected and treated with great respect. And I'm not sure how to say this word here, I believe it's pronounced Anangu, a First Nations people of Australia, who are the traditional custodians of Uluru. I don't know. I'll have to check out how to say that word. Uluru. Teach that this iconic sandstone monolith holds the spirits of their ancestors. The Ancestral Messages card is one of deep belonging and connection. It's an invitation to connect with positive ancestors from your ancestry. Positive for the positive changes that are coming, and the known and the unknown. To reach back in order to walk forward. To remember that you're the dream of those who stood before you, and that one day in the future you'll be an ancestor of those yet to come. So let's see what we've got here for the Your Soul Knows message to go with it. So let's see what the Your Soul Knows deck has to say. This video has been a little jumpy because I was running out of storage, so I had to fix it. So it says simplify, eliminate all that is unnecessary. So this is moving towards the positive changes for you. That's one of the positive changes that you've got in place and that you're moving towards. So this connection of rebuilding and creating a stable foundation and appreciating, that some of that was already in place for you to springboard from, like I said. And it's about connection and belonging and asking for help. So don't be afraid to, ask for the help that you need coming up and going forward. So this is the positive change, because it's like you've been trying to do it alone, right? But you've spent a lot of time working and building and doing things alone, but now it's time to, connect in, with ancestors or maybe people connected to your family in the present. And the positive changes are going to come from that and asking for help and making that connection. And, you've got to simplify that as well, because it seems like you're making it complicated and you don't have to, is what they're saying. So that pile number 3 is your message. And now we're moving on to pile number 4. So pile number 4, before I turn the first card over, my intuitive impression for this pile before I started was I got a lace tablecloth. Strange, I know. But anyway, I got a lace tablecloth, and a lace tablecloth, when I looked into the spiritual meaning of what that could be, it represents, a sense of connectedness, which is really interesting because this card talked about connectedness with the ancestors and family. So you might have been drawn to this deck as well. Now, it talks also about, family history and heritage, But also the lace creates like intricate patterns, which is like an overall interconnectedness, like represents that. It can also represent a formal occasion. So, the lace is also about a veil, but a veil that you can see through. So it has a lot of different meanings. I was really surprised when I looked it up because I was like, why am I seeing lace tablecloth? But it represents a lot of different things. So I'm just throwing that out there, and let's have a look at the cards for this pile. So water rat, focus on your vision. Okay, so that would be seeing through the lace. So let's have a look at what water rat means. So, the rat is a yang water sign with hidden yin water. So, it's so full of ideas that it should be contained and filtered. Otherwise, they'll just keep circulating without direction, exhausting the mind. So it's having new thoughts, new ideas, thinking about things all the time, and that needs to be contained and filtered. So this card reminds us that our mind has the power to change our reality. Train the mind to be calm and courageous in navigating the unknown. Steer the mind to focus on the positives. Recognize when dark thoughts and emotions sink us further into a vortex of a downward spiral. A clear and positive vision takes us far beyond the horizon into a light-filled future. So really important to not get caught up in that downward thought pattern. And the message from heaven for this card says, like Yang water's vast ocean, your imagination can take you far beyond your fears and in the direction of your dreams. So be bold and dream big. And then the message from Earth says, meditation and earth element practice helps to stabilize the mind from water element's fearful thoughts as earth controls water. Rather than trying to empty the mind, allow your thoughts to come and go without force, flowing like the waves. Entertain each thought briefly before moving on to the next. So that is about your thoughts, containing your thoughts. And this is number 49. So if you've been, in this thought pattern, maybe a downward spiral, or maybe you just haven't been able to organize your thoughts, you have too many ideas, that sort of thing, then it's telling you that positive change is coming for you, pile number 3, in that respect. And getting connected, so interconnectedness. So it talked about meditation as well. So interconnectedness with the universe, with yourself. Oh, that was quick. Wow, that's jumping. And so this one here says gateway, open doors, opportunity, right timing. So the gateway card is a guiding light for exciting new possibilities and opportunities that are rising within you and beckoning you forth. The ancients laid stones with such precision that they aligned with the cosmos above. And this card is like that for you. So this is about getting out of those thought patterns and scattered thoughts all over the place, or maybe the downward spiral that you might have been in. And the positive changes that are coming are now this gateway to these new possibilities and new opportunities, and getting aligned, right, with the cosmos, and maybe meditating so you can get there. Now, it also says, see that things are sinking and doors are swinging open for you. So don't worry about details or overpacking or overthinking, right? The portal's opening and life is on your side. So this card usually appears with a message of positive new beginnings and right timing. Perfect. And opportunities are being handed to you on a platter, and you're being invited to choose a new timeline for your expansion. Your gateway may come through a challenge you're facing. It could be a hard-earned dream coming to fruition, or maybe just simply be a key to your destiny appearing on your path. So saying yes to your gateway is saying yes to a higher desired outcome. Saying yes to the gateway is saying yes to your destiny, yes to your expansion. And it's just so wonderful to receive this card to give you a message about the positive changes that are coming, because this is about a rare gateway opening just for you and right at this time. So that's perfect. And so just it's going to help you, to organize your thoughts and get out of that spiraling that you've been in, because these doors are now opening for you, and that's the positive change that's coming for you. Pile number 4. What have we got? Set goals, write it down, and you will see your progress. So that makes sense, because when you've got all these thoughts coming in and all these ideas and whatnot, it's really good to write everything down to help you get them out of your head onto paper, and to help you to set priorities and decide which ones are going to be priority, help you sort things out. So also writing things down is also good if you're doing the meditation. So the meditation is always helpful. So if you can do that, then do so, but do remember to set your goals to help to manifest, to help you bring these opportunities and these ideas and these things that are all coming to you now into reality. So that is your message, pile number 4. Now let's move on to pile number 5. So for each of these piles, I did an intuitive message before I started. And for this one, strangely enough, what I got was a juicer. So with the intuitive messages, some things I see, some things I hear, some things I feel. I'm sort of feeling, seeing, hearing juicer. But I also got I heard the words battle won. That was very clear, battle won. And that, to me, the battle won is a very clear message. And because the question that we're asking in this reading is what positive things are coming my way, that's a great message to get, right? So whatever you've been battling, whatever's been going on, you're at the point where the battle's been won. And the other message about a juicer, I was like, what could a juicer possibly mean spiritually? But when I looked it up, I delved into it, and what I got from it was, a juicer extracts the pure juice. It, separates it from the pulp. So it's taking the best, of things, and it's packed with nutrients. So if we think about things that are nurturing, and taking the best of something, whatever you've been experiencing, or physical things or whichever, taking the best of things and leaving the rest behind. Leave behind the things that don't help you, don't serve you, and move forward with the best of it. So whether that's lessons or something physical or emotional, just take the good stuff with you and leave the crummy stuff behind, right? So, and it's talking about, something with nutrients is also nourishing for you as well. So do the things that are nourishing to your soul. And when we also talk about juicing, we're talking about sometimes detoxing, and that benefits you. Detox and cleanse. And when we do that, it also helps the soul to release things as well. So again, it's about releasing the things that aren't any good for you. So that is the intuitive message that I got before I started. So let's start by pulling the first card here, pile number 5. I had to clear some storage again to get this completed. So let's see, pile number 5, we've got Earth Horse, stirring the cauldron. So number 55 is the card. I had this card recently in a card in the car video, so that's interesting. So this card says the Earth Horse pillar with Yang Earth over the horse's Yang fire highlights strength and dedication fueled by love and passion. Yang Earth, like a mountain, can patiently stand still while absorbing the mysteries of the world, while the horse, a peach blossom sign, walks the path with unbridled joy and enthusiastically picks up allies along the way. Picture a warrior living their best life, feeling on purpose. And see, I heard battle won when I was intuiting this pile. So picture a warrior living their best life, feeling on purpose, doing the work, and enjoying the journey, in tune with the heart and the spirit within. One of the 10 spiritual pillars, the earth horse carries divine guidance and a natural connection to the higher power. So this card invites you to take stock of resources available to you, including your gifts and talents, your skills and experience, knowledge gained, and life lessons learned. They're your best assets and part of the journey that's empowering you to evolve into your own unique being. Add sweetness, reverence, and gratitude into the mix. Throw in some prayers. Stir the pot with love and joy. Gather your support teams from the heavenly and earthly realms to share your joy, your angels, spirit guides, ancestors, collaborators, friends, and family. Take your time and stay focused. Patience will strengthen your signature brew. So the earth horse serves as a sign that you've come a long way. All your pains, gains, and dedications have made you the person that you are. It's time to connect the pieces and package them into something that only you can offer. You have so much to share from within your soul. And the message from heaven says, refine your gifts in quiet and stillness to tune in to Earth's elements' frequencies of peace. Enrich your inner world first before you launch your offerings to the outside world. And that's what you've been doing. And these are the positive changes that you're making. And it also says, message from Earth is the horse, the sign that rules the height of summer, guides us to light and joy. Let your joys lead you toward fruitful collaborations and a brighter future. So that is about, you've been in battle mode for a while, but all of these things are now culminating to your beautiful future that's coming. And stirring the cauldron is, stirring the pot too, right? Changing things up. And so let's see what the Ancient Stones Oracle says. What is this? Good luck, auspicious, wishes granted, blessings. Like, that's a beautiful card to go with this one. So you're stirring things up, you're making changes, and this is good luck, auspicious, wishes granted, and blessings. So clearly this is a card, obviously, of good fortune and positive outcomes, which is what we're looking for. What's positive that's coming? It says, what's your heart's deepest desire? If you could make one wish, what would it be? Stones have long been associated with good luck and prosperity for the beholder, from myths about touching or kissing stones to bring good fortune, to wearing lucky charms made of white quartz crystal. One stone steeped in such stories in Minotol in Cornwall, UK, which features on this card. So that's one of the stones that's showing on this card. So it's a Cornish phrase that translates to the stone with the hole. And it was believed that those who could touch the two standing stones either side of it while simultaneously looking through the hole would be blessed with good fortune. The good luck card is a welcome one to pull. It's a great big sign that things are working in your favor. And this could be in the present time, or it could be calling you forth from your future. So keep doing what you're doing, because things are really coming together. It could be a sign that you're in a period of your life or a moment in time when you found flow, ease, abundance, and power. and it's harvest time, and things are really going to work out in your favor. So make the most of this period of expansion. Get clear on what you want and get ready to receive it. New opportunities are on the horizon, and a blessed path is appearing before you. Gifts, favors, and helpful people are gathering right now. Life is really on your side. Get ready to receive it while it's here. That couldn't be a better card for this reading, because that's exactly what we were asking about, is what positive things are coming for me. So for you, pile number 5, it's like everything, all the things that you've hoped for. So let's go here. All the things that you've hoped for and wished for and worked for, they're all coming together. So let's see. And it says, your soul's path. It always calls. It's up to you to listen. So here you are. You're going on to your soul's path now. And all the things that have been culminating and that you've been working towards. And the earth horse stirring the cauldron. So, perfect. Your soul's path. It always calls, and it's up to you to listen. So it's calling now. The positive things are coming. And it's just letting you know to finally know that it's time for you to answer the call of your soul. That is the answer to the question, what positive things are coming for me right now? And it looks like there's a lot of positive coming for all of these piles 1 through 5. So I do wish you all the best. I do hope that this reading has helped you and, help to confirm the things that you already know. Because as I teach in my e-course, how to read oracle cards intuitively, I also teach that in there as well, that your soul actually knows, and you are your own best guru. So if you are interested in that course, do send me a message. I'll let you know how to find it. And I also have an ebook called How to Dream Intuitively to help you interpret your dreams. And I do hope that this helps you, and I wish you all the best. And remember, keep shining.